Hey y'all, welcome back to my queendom, and I am so amazed to be here with you today. And I am going straight to the point because if you're here, you're here to find out if you're pregnant, right? Don't worry, I got you, sis. I am a mom, a 9 months old baby boy, and I didn't know I was pregnant because I had no signs. But some of these signs might actually tell you if you're pregnant or not. Don't worry, it's nothing much. There's nothing much to be scared of because it's a life cycle that you have to go through as a woman. So, the first thing is, I wasn't throwing up in the morning, I was throwing up during the evening time. Mostly, ilikuwa at the evenings. You might be throwing up in the morning or during the day. Pregnancies are different. Signs and symptoms during the pregnancy are also different. So you might be throwing up or nauseous. You might feel like you're going to throw up, but you won't throw up, so you might be nauseous and you might have herbal says. I'm not laughing at you, I'm just feeling you. The other thing that you might make you think that you're pregnant is headache. I know headache comes a lot with a lot of things, maybe malaria or typhoid or other things. Maybe the sunlight is so much, maybe the cold is too much. You might be having headaches, but let's say a combination of all these. And you might also be having headaches if you're about to get your periods or after your periods, right? But combine some of it's not just a one or two symptom, just combine most of them and you will know that maybe you're pregnant, or you can go and take a test, says like you might be pregnant, actually pregnant. The other thing is back pains and lower abdominal pains. Sometimes you might be having lower abdominal pains, but with the back pains you just feel like sometimes it's just like it's like ooh, yeah, just like a small thing that just comes and goes. Sometimes it might not make you overthink, but don't brush it off. Try and go and find out if you're pregnant. Oh, carrying the baby is not an issue, but delivering and kulea, my friend, it's not easy. But anyway, the other thing is you might actually be have either swollen feet or painful feet. Sometimes most of the ladies, most of the women have swollen feet at the end of the trimesters, but you never know. Pregnancies are different. You might have swollen feet at the beginning of the trimester or at the end of the trimester or at the middle. Don't worry, you gotta check. Just stay checking. Something not right. Sometimes it's just ooh. Oh, the other thing is your boobs, your cleavage just starts showing up. Maybe you had these, and then they start just yeah. You are not wearing bras, but all of a sudden you have to wear bras. Bra, you gotta go and take that test, sis. You might be actually pregnant. Anyway, I'm joking. Because at my time, actually, I wasn't wearing bras. I used to wear those push-ups, the push-ups, so that at least someone could say, yeah, I have something. But right now, I don't even have to wear push-ups for someone to see that I have this cleavage. It just comes naturally. That it's okay, it's somehow a good thing, and then on the other side, it's like a sign of pregnancy. Don't worry. You'll survive it. We also survived. And then the other sign is, so I was at the hospital for quite a long time, so I can tell most of the signs that I saw moms come in the ward with. The other one that I did not have, but other moms had, was having a full mouth of having full watery mouth, like drenched, like a lot of saliva. Sometimes you have to even stay spitting and spitting and spitting. Sometimes you have to carry a handkerchief so that you can spit on it, or a bottle. Mouthful of saliva. You might be pregnant. You might be pregnant. You might actually be pregnant, sis. And you. The other thing is, which is the other thing? Sweating a lot. Sweating a lot. Mostly at night. Oh, nilikuwa na sweat. It's so disgusting. But don't worry. You're sweating a lot. It might be corona. It might be malaria. It might be typhoid. I don't know. I'm not certified. I'm not a nurse. I'm not a doctor. I'm just saying these things out of experience. You might be pregnant if you're sweating a lot at night. It's just one of the signs. Glowing. Glowing and glowing and glowing, like you just out of nowhere, maybe you had pimples, maybe you had a rough face, and then all of a sudden you start glowing. No pimples, no dark marks, just smooth face. Oh, I remember my first trimester. Before, actually I didn't know that I was pregnant, but my first trimester I was glowing. I was glowing. So you might either be glowing or have a rough face all of a sudden, like have patches of pimples and all that, or either glow. You never know. All of a sudden, these things happen suddenly. Like, how comes I have a smooth face? How comes I'm glowing? And the other times I'm not glowing. Maybe says you're pregnant. You're pregnant. Anyway, the other thing is joint dysfunction. Sometimes on the joint at these areas you might be feeling as if zinakaa kuachana achana or something like that. Well, it happened to me. I don't know if it's normal or not. And then the other thing is you might be having cravings, like serious cravings, or they might not be that serious because it's the beginning of the trimester. Because kama mine, I can't say that I had that much craving. It's just a random thing. You feel like eating mutura. How? Suddenly. And then you okay kaka, maybe kebab, maybe sweet, maybe ice. You never know. Those two cravings, my darling. Those two cravings, my sweetheart. Cravings? Ha! Pregnancy. All of a sudden, you just have hormonal imbalance or emotional imbalance. Sometimes you feel like crying. Sometimes you feel like laughing. Sometimes you're overwhelmed. All of a sudden, you're sad out of nothing. Pregnancy. Emotional imbalance. Sometimes you might be very emotional. Just go and take a test. No wahala. No worries. Mpaka saa hii. Are we together? Are we still together? Are you feeling like, oh? The other thing is you might be doubting yourself. Self-denial, like you feel like you are pregnant, but on your mind you're like, I can't be pregnant. Mimi niko na ball. Mimi niko na ball. Mimi siwezi kuwa na ball. Mama niende ni. Siwezi kuwa na. The self-denial, darling, go take a test. You might be actually pregnant. Oh, darling. Says it's about to go down. Do you still feel like you should go and take a test, or ushajijazia, right? The next thing is oh, how could I forget laziness? All of a sudden you are this hardworking and kind of lady, and then all of a sudden you don't feel like doing anything. You don't feel like going to work. You don't feel like waking up in the morning. You don't feel like doing anything. Sleeping most of the time and sleeping everywhere. Just lazing around. I don't feel like doing anything. You might be pregnant. Pregnancy alert. Anyway, all of a sudden you just start getting tired easily. tired of a small things. Who does that? Walking for a small distance, you're tired. It's like you're tired most of the time. Umechoka tu every time you're tired. Oh, darling, you might be pregnant. Go and take a test, sis. Like, join this club of mummies. Anyway, I think that those are most of the signs and symptoms. If you want a part 2, maybe there are more signs, or you experienced other signs that I have not said, you can comment down below. Tell us. Help a girl. Help a sis. Help. Well, salute. That was all for today, and if this video has helped you, please like it. Please like it, so that it might help someone else somewhere. Please like it. I'm waiting for you to just like. It's just down there, like. Anyway, thank you so much for watching and for staying tuned mpaka saa hii. I am so grateful and I appreciate. And if you think you're pregnant, go take that test, sis. You better go take that test. It's not a joke.